तो खबर तो कुछ हुआ तक नहीं गया। सरकारी सोने के चमन और कानों के झुमके जो के त्योहार चल रहे। चोरी का इरादा तो मालूम नहीं। जान पहचान वाले का काम है। तो कौन जान पहचान वाला? कौन आने वाला?
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the second workshop on theatre arts organized by Asti Balaji Vidyalayam. I request all the participants to mute them first. And people who are watching in YouTube, they can drop their questions in YouTube live chat. So I hope everyone are safe and taking preventive measures in these unprecedented times. Today we have Adhakar Theatre Society with us. Before I introduce them to you, I want to explain more about what theatre arts exactly. So this is a form of art which use live performances to represent the experience of a real or imaginary events before the live audience. This include music, drama, and dance. So this theater arts is a collaborative art which includes a producer, a director, a designer, builder, crew, and many more. So the drama is very different and the theater art is very different. So this theater art, where did it origin? So this theater art has been origined from Athens. And now let me introduce our guest. We have our first guest, Mr. Prince Singh Rajput. He's a director, writer, actor, as well as a co-founder of this society. And next we have Miss Nidhi Selath. She's a specialist in theater education as well as a clinical psychologist. And next we have Mr. Imran Sheikh. He's a Trinity speech and drama trainer. So it's my pleasure to welcome all three of you. And I just want to give a quick intro about each one personally. So Mr. Prince Rajput, he has done his post graduation from Jamia Millia Islamia University, and then he is next trained in classical acting from National School of Drama. Let me just introduce him. Just give me a minute. So he is Prince Singh Rajput. He's a writer, director, and an actor. So he's also trained in Kathakali, Kalaripattu, and Bhutto dance. He written and directed and acted in more than 30 stage and street plays. He has done more than 500 shows of these plays all over India. That's really appreciable. And next we have Mr. Imran Sheikh. He's a Trinity speech and a drama trainer and a theater artist. So he trains students for certification of speech and drama from Trinity University of London. He holds a degree in English literature from University of Delhi. Currently, he is working with Pathways World School. Thank you for being here, Mr. Imran. And next we have our third guest, Miss Nidhi. So she's specialist in theater education and as well as a clinical psychologist. She's a specialized theater in education. She's currently working with alternate therapies using Syndrome, and she's in the field of theater since 8 years. Thank you for your presence, Miss Nidhi. So I hand over the stage to all these three, and they will clear all the doubts, and they will also show you what exactly theater arts is, and it will give you an entire view over it.
Santosh, okay. Meanwhile, can you please give me the share screen rights?
Sure. Can you please check Imran? I have
Sure.
already.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so while we're waiting for Mr. Imran to present the screen and get to that part, good afternoon, everyone. And I can see lots of people here. So just a few things before we begin. This is going to be a really fun workshop. It's not going to be like a lecture, which unfortunately has become these days, in Corona times, we just have a screen in front of us and there's someone talking and we have to listen. And there are so many other things in our surrounding. कहीं TV चल रहा है, कहीं मम्मा कुछ yummy बना रही है kitchen में, तो ध्यान इधर उधर जाता रहता है. तो आज हम अवॉइड करेंगे उन सारी चीजों को. I hope English and Hindi both is fine. I hope everybody is comfortable with both the languages, Santosh.
Just sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah.
Hindi it's not that
Okay.
in usage here, so it's better if
Okay.
we continue with English.
All right, that's fine. Okay, so I'll continue with English. So there's a lot of things happening around us. Today, we'll try to focus on this one screen that we have in front of us. We will ask all of you to switch on your cameras from time to time and participate in certain activities. So just give us this 1 hour, till 4:10. Try and give us your undivided attention, because you will have fun. You will end up having fun and you will feel like, okay, I've done something today. And it's not going to be like a one-way conversation. It's going to be a two-way interaction. So with that, can I ask everybody to turn on their cameras once? Can we have that, please?
Everyone,
It's okay.
turn on the cameras.
Yeah, it's okay. Whatever background you have, wherever you're sitting, there are people in your background. That's fine. Nobody is watching. Nobody is judging. That's completely all right. It's just for your benefit, so that we can all have some fun and we can all be focused on this one place and enjoy this session. Right? Okay, so I can see most of you have turned on your cameras. Please, everybody else also keep doing that. A lot of people haven't turned on their cameras yet. Maybe some of them have taken off the earphones and gone somewhere. So come back, try and come back, get your brains here, your minds here. Yeah, okay. Yes, I can see more cameras getting switched on. Great. You guys are in for a lot of fun. I can assure you that whoever's cameras are on, whoever is focused here, let me tell you, you're going to have fun today, right? Today's workshop is all about that. Okay, great. Please, everybody keep switching on your cameras meanwhile, and I'll begin by then. So we are Adakar Theatre Society, and we have been working in the field of theatre for about 8 years now. We all were drawn to theatre, like a lot of us are, but the reason for establishing this society was that we saw that a lot of people are not getting the chance to get on stage, to perform, to show people their art, because the world of theatre is a difficult one. The world of cinema, the world of movies, it is all a difficult one. Not everybody gets a chance. So the reason for forming this theatre society in the first place was this, that we can get everybody a platform where they can perform, where they can express themselves, where they can show their talent and their skills. And that's been our motto since the very beginning. And we have been able to do that. We're very proud to say that. We have done more than 100 shows all over India. We've performed in Banaras, we've performed in Jabalpur, we've performed even in the East, even in the West, everywhere. We've been to Amritsar, we've been to a lot of places, we've taken our place there. And we've always given chance to the youth, to people who are trying to establish themselves, people who are trying to find their talent, and that's what we like to focus on. So we've done a lot of stage plays. We've also done a lot of street plays. We've done more than 100 street plays. People who are not familiar with the concept of street plays, it is where, it's a different kind of a format where there are not a lot of props and it's not a proper stage setting, but you get the crowd to give you attention, and that's when you perform with certain topics in mind. I'm sure a lot of you have seen movies in which now people have started doing street plays. I can see the cameras going off, right? You'll have to keep the cameras on, guys. Koi baat nahi. We can use a bit of our data today. That's fine. Let's try and keep our cameras on, because we'll get to the activities and we'll need to see your faces and see you answer a lot of questions as well. So try and keep your cameras on. Okay. So the founder of our group is Mr. Prince Singh Rajput, as Santosh ji already mentioned. And then gradually I joined, and then Imran joined, and we have been trying to contribute to this group as and when we can with our own talents. Imran, can we move to the next slide? Yeah, so we have worked with many schools, many multinational companies, many NGOs. You can see the list right in front of you. So we have a lot of experience in working with children, because that's what we love, the youth. That is the part of your life where you can and you have the liberty to explore all your talents and develop a lot of skills that you feel that I might not have but theater helps you understand that no, that is also there in you. You might feel ki nahi, I cannot do this is not something that I'm good at, but that's not always true. So the youth and this adolescent age that you are in, that's the best time to explore these things, and that's why we've worked with a lot of schools and we love doing that. And the interactions are always so much fun, and we end up learning so much from the students as well when we do all that. So we've created a lot of stage plays with schools, and we design a lot of founders day, like that kind of a concept, that once a year when there is a stage play, so we write scripts for them, we create scripts out of any stories or any poems or any books that you have. So we've also done Shakespearean plays, we've also done very Indian plays about say the World War or the freedom fighters, and in those contexts. So it's been a really good ride that we've had, and we love working with children. The reason why we also talk about this is because theater is not just about getting into the movies. It's not just about being an actor. There are so many other things that go behind creating that movie or that act or that stage play, right? There's a writer, there's a director, there's a costume designer, there's someone who's doing just the lights, there's someone who's doing just the scenes. Just designing each scene is a task, right? So from where will the car enter, what will be the distance, how do I want the sunlight to be when this scene is shot. There are so many other things that go behind creating that, even that 5-second scene that you see and you go like, wow, like, it was so scenic when I saw it, it was so beautiful, I want to listen to that song again, I want to see the video of that song again. Why do you want to see the video of that song again? Because the song was created so beautifully. So similarly, why do you want to see a play again and again, or why do you want to see a movie again and again? Because the conversations, the writing was such that it really hit you, and it's something that you really want to listen to again. It makes you realize a lot of things. So theater is not just about acting, it is about writing, it is about thinking differently, it is about being creative. Now you can be creative in myriad ways. There is no one way to be creative. That's the whole definition of creativity, something that is out of the box, something that is different. So that is what theater encourages. And theater in school also leads to a lot of different kind of thinking. When you're able to come up with different ways or different solutions to the same problem, you stand out. You're able to give the answer. Why is it that when one person is speaking, like, we have so many teachers in class, or we come across so many people who are talking on the news or who are talking on television, but there are some of them who immediately grab our attention, right? There are some people who we will listen to. We will go like, okay, no, wait, let me stop what I'm doing and let me listen to that person. So what happens? What is that thing that is different that happens when you start listening to that person? That is what theater helps you understand. When you are in sync with your own body, with your own thoughts, with your own emotions, and you know how to express them really well and put them through in such a way the other person can also connect to you immediately, they can also understand you immediately. That is what theater is about, right? It's not just about an actor who is there, whose face is there on the poster. There's a lot of other things that go on behind it. So that's basically something about us, and that is also something about theater. What we again do, Imran, if you could just move to the slide where we talk about what we have been doing. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, so theater is not just about acting, it's about script writing, it's about leadership, it's about teamwork, it's about discipline, right? We know so many stories about so many actors. Why is it that everybody wants to work with an actor like Akshay Kumar, but somebody doesn't really want to work with an actor like Salman Khan? Because there's no discipline, there's no awareness, there's no sense of responsibility towards the team that is working behind you. So overall, theater is about being a good person, a proper, aware, spontaneous, creative person. And if you are that, only then can you excel in the field of theater and sustain your position there, right? Uh, so these are the other things that we do talk about, that we include. Storytelling is something that is a major part of theater. Storytelling in any form, it doesn't necessarily have to be that I'm narrating a story to you. Even when I'm telling you something about my own experience, that I went there and this is what happened with me, even that is a skill. You will listen to some stories with rapt attention, whereas other people will just bore you and you will doze off. Like, if something is going on, you're like, yeah, okay, yes, and there's this snooze thing that happens and you go end up sleeping. Why does that happen? Because that person did not grab your attention, right? That person was not able to get you to connect with themselves because they don't know how to do that. So that is what theater does, and that is what theater is all about. It's about your oration skills, it's about your body language, it's about your confidence, the way you carry yourself. It's about everything. Theater is life in a way, if we call it. So with that, I think I will hand it over to Mr. Prince, and he can take it up from there.
Thank you, Nidhi. And so she explained what theater is, but first let us talk about what education is. So if anyone wants to volunteer that what education is, what was the need of education in the world, if anyone wants to tell why there is an education system, who made this, what was the need of education, and what is education, what exactly is education? You can answer in chat box also, or you can answer here directly to us.
It's for discipline.
For discipline. So if we talk about the time of Adam and Eve, this primitive time, so there was no language to survive and to get knowledge. Yeah, right. To survive and to get knowledge. So there was no language. So how they will communicate to each other? What was the way to communicate? So they were using their body, they were using symbols, they were using sign language. And if we talk about now, at this time, 21st century, so this is what we call acting. Oh, I am very hungry. Oh, I'm feeling tired. So this is acting. And if we don't have any word, let's suppose there is no word for tired. So how will you explain that you are tired? So you will use your body, you will use your gestures. So and we have one more answer to know what is going on now and what's happened in past. Exactly. So at that time, what used to happen, primitive men, they were doing hunting thing, and they were hunting animals for their survival. But one person is there in the jungle and he was hunting let's suppose a tiger. But how his kids will know that the tiger is too dangerous? So once he's back from hunting, he was explaining, he performed, because they don't have language. They don't know the name of animal. So he used to make sound of that animal. He used to perform like that animal. If we know about the Kalaripayattu, that's classical martial art form from Kerala, that is totally about this animal movements, how animal moves. So what we have to, now these time, we have limited the education from, our perspective to books only. So now our education is into the books, and we are just learning the syllabus and then giving exams, and we think that we are educated, but we are not. So before we go deeper into this thing, we will start with a fun exercise just for your participation, because no one is answering, no one is switching their mic on. So Imran sir will make us play a game, and everyone have to switch on their mic and camera first. Please.
So hi everyone, we will be playing a game now, and I do not know if you are interested enough to play a game or excited enough for this session. So if you can turn on your camera, turn on your mic, or just turn on your mic at least, or give me a show of raise of hands, so that I know that if you are interested enough. Can we have that, everyone?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
We want to listen you. We want to. What is your voice? Please say hello to Imran sir. Everyone.
So I want to hear everyone. Can we have everyone here? Yes, very good. We have a lot of more than 50%, less than 50%, but yes, the numbers are increasing. Now it's more approximately more than 50%. Yes. So I'm still waiting for you, Anjana, Harsha, Lakshmi, Lavanya, P. Nagamani, Dr. Sri, Leela, Lavanya, Shirisha, Lahari, Chiri. Anjana, are you riding a bike or what? Because I can hear a lot of air from your side. Yes. So meanwhile, let us play a game with all these people who are here. The game is very simple. People, we have approximately 31 participants here, so we will count till 30. Santosh, you can join if you want. Feel
Sure,
free, and if you do not, that's okay. Okay, so we will be counting till 30 today. The game is very simple. The counting is very simple. I guess it's the same in Andhra Pradesh as in Delhi, which goes on from 1 to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Was that it? Is the same? Is it the same or did I miss any number? Is it the same or did I miss any number?
Missing numbers.
I was missing numbers. Oh my god. I guess that must be a difference between Delhi and Andhra Pradesh, I guess. So what number did I miss?
26.
22. Yeah, they don't say 22 here. Okay, so we will be including 22 as you said, because it's included in Andhra. So what we have to do is we have to count till 1 to 30, including number 22, of course. And the point is, we will randomly speak out numbers. For example, any random example. For example, person A, Miss M. Swati says 1. So Santosh can say 2, and Pushpanjali ma'am can say 3, and then Prince can say 4, or Leela can say 5. So the point is we have to start from number 1 and go till number 30, but it has to be in a consecutive manner. It has to be in a manner. For example, it goes on a consecutive sequence 1 to 30. It cannot be 1 and 8 and 9 and 2. No, it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that way. The other challenge is you cannot cross each other. The challenge is no two people can collide. For example, I'm going to say number 4, and Varshini here is also saying number 4. So we collide at that time, and that's a that's a hazard that's happened there, and then we'll go back to 1. Okay, so can we play this game?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Oh
Yes,
yes.
sir.
I see you
Demo.
are ready. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So Prince, they are almost ready. We don't need a demo. We can just play around. Yes.
Great,
So
great.
let me see who comes up, who starts up. Let's start. 1, 2, 3, start.
1, 2, 3,
3.
4.
Oh, so there was a clash at 3, but very good. Most of the time, a lot of workshops I've taken, more than 100, and trust me, 80% people will clash on 1 because everybody is very eager to come and start this game. Yeah, so very good. Let's keep it high. Okay, let's start it once again. 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 2, 4,
Ah, a lot of
3.
twos there. A lot of twos there. Let's see what two is it. So we have to
4.
have patience. Stop. We will have to have a lot of patience. A lot. Okay. So can we do this once again? Yes. Keep your
Yes.
smiling faces, everybody. It is very easy if you're smiling. That's it. That's a trick. Yes. So let's start with 1, 2, 3, go.
7,
1.
Ah,
9,
Stop. It cannot go 7. It cannot go 7 right.
You go in a sequence.
It has to start at 1. Okay. Okay, 3 chances down, and we have still not passed 3. 3 is the highest number they have reached, except for 7, which was obviously 1. Yeah. So we let us start again. Get set, go.
1, 2, 3,
3.
4,
Oh, Okay, let me tell you another trick. Except for smiling, we have to wait. Okay, let's wait. Let's imbibe everything. Let's put into this room and see. Okay, let's have some patience and then speak out a number. So all these things are fun and games, but has a lot of hidden agendas that we will be talking about it towards the end. So let's do this once again. Get set, go.
1,
2,
3,
3.
So Shri Varshini, A Varshini and N Vijayalakshmi went with 3. 3 people went with 3. So I guess the stake is quite high. Can we make it easier? Should I make it easier? Okay.
Ah.
Okay. Let me make it easier. Let's count till only 15. Okay. But now we will have only 5 chances. I am running out of time. I have been promised a few minutes by Santosh, and I will be adhering to a few minutes. So yeah. So let's start this once again. Get set, go.
1,
1,
5,
Oh, that's a clash.
3,
5,
Okay. We have 4 more chance left. 4, that's all. Okay. Do we need to breathe a little and then start it once again? Yes. Let's breathe a little and then start once again. Get set, go.
1,
1, 2,
3, 4,
Okay.
We
relax,
clashed
relax,
at 3 again. We
We
clashed at
clashed
3
at 3
again.
again. So 3 is the highest number still.
Okay, there's one more trick. Like Imran sir already told you about 2 tricks. Smile, 2, be patient. Don't be in a hurry. The third trick and the most important trick, listen. It is very important for us to listen. Only if we listen do we know when we can say. Listen to the silence. Listening to the silence is also very important, and you can gauge. Okay, so listen. That's the third trick, and with that we have 3 attempts left. So at the ready, go.
1,
2,
3,
3. Again class.
Almost there, going there. See, you guys were listening. I could make out that you guys were listening. That's really good. Okay, you're listening. Again, let's try 2 attempts. Let's at least try to cross 5. We are 35 people and we're at 3. Come on. Go.
1,
2, 3. Again class.
We weren't patient. There was a deadline. It was told only 2 more
That's okay.
attempts.
Nidhi.
Sometimes you can participate in a team by not participating.
That's very
So
important.
there is no need that all 31 persons should speak, because we have to go till 10, but 15, only 15% will count. So listen.
So we have a lot of tricks there, a lot of tips there. We got a new tip. So let's start once again. Okay. Can we do it this time? Yes or no?
yes,
Yes. A lot of yes. Okay. So get set, go.
1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
That was a very cute moment here. Okay, that's okay. We will be moving forward to the next activity, but my heart is saying that I should give you one more chance for the sake of giving a chance, and I know they can cross, I guess, 3 this time. Okay. Yes. Shall we? Chalo. Okay. शुरू करेंगे. That's, we will start in Hindi. So meanwhile we giving you theater training, we'll also giving some Hindi exercise. तो शुरू करेंगे in 3, 2 and 1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, but we crossed 3.
Four, at
Okay.
least
So
four.
all that was Nidhi and Prince. All that was we were lacking is they were needing counting in Hindi. They were needed one counting in Hindi. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
Uh, so moving forward, Prince will take us forward.
No, they will tell why it was so difficult.
Yeah.
You answer first. You guys answer, because if we do with kids, they have completed it till 50. Till 50. So why it was so difficult? What happened? Very fast in chat box or in this conversation. Very fast. We need answers.
We have all ears.
Everybody can just mute themselves, and whoever wants to answer can unmute and speak or type it in the chat box. Meanwhile, everybody can just mute so that there's no disturbance. Yeah. So tell us, why do you think was it difficult to do this activity? It was just counting. We've been counting since, I don't know, we are like what, 3 or 2? We know counting till 30, but we were not able to do it. Why? I cannot see any answers in the chat box.
No coordination, not
No
listening.
coordination, no listening. Okay, great.
Okay.
Right. That's Shrikar. Thanks, Shrikar. That's a good point. What else? Come on, guys, 30 people. Let's brainstorm. Why couldn't we do this activity? Who else will tell me? Yes, Shrikar, you wanna tell me more? Go ahead.
We got an answer from.
All
Yeah,
want to
Swati.
participate. Yes. All people like 3. Yeah. A lot of people like 3.
Okay.
There is one more answer that everyone wants to participate.
Yeah, that's what. So that's what Prince sir also mentioned. Sometimes contributing means not doing something. You don't always have to do something to get something. Sometimes not doing something is also as important as doing something, right? It's very important when you're in a team, because they say na, too many cooks spoil a broil, right? It's a very famous saying, but we don't see it in action. We don't understand it when it happens. So this was an example of that. Okay, what else? Any other reasons, everybody? What else? Why did we fail at doing this activity? Anybody else? Okay, there are 35 members, but no coordination, and also are excited to participate. Okay, great. Yeah. So I'm so glad everyone is excited, but that is a problem too. Sometimes we're so enthusiastic about something, we don't just wait, stay still, and watch. Okay, when is my chance? When can I take that opportunity? Just because there are so many opportunities doesn't mean I have to grab onto everything. Hai na? Just because I have, for example, if you're in theater and tomorrow you're doing theater, just because I have so many scripts doesn't mean that I have to do all the scripts at one time. I won't be able to manage my life. I won't be able to keep a work-life balance. Right. So being too enthusiastic can also be a problem sometimes. So very well said. That is Teja. Great. That is a very good point. Right. So we have to have everything in moderation. We need to be patient. We need to listen. We need to wait for that opportunity, when to grab on. Okay, great. Anybody else? Any more responses? I don't see many more responses coming. So, okay, I think we'll move forward. So this is just an example. One small activity, right? 2-minute activity, not even 2-minute activity, can teach us so many things if we really want to learn. And that's what theater is all about. Theater teaches you so many things indirectly without knowing that this is what you're learning. So what happens in a science class is we're going to study science, right? I know I'm going to study chemistry. I need to know what a hydrogen compound looks like. I know how it is going to get bonded with an oxygen compound and make water. And that's all I'm learning sometimes. But theater is not like that. Theater is something where you're learning life. You're not just learning how to act, how to write, how to orate, how to present yourself. You're learning how to live through a lot of activities. Only then when you be able to get that satisfaction out of that theatrical activity that you're doing. Theater is also one place where there is no judgment. That is the best part about theater. That is the best part. So, people say you're not a good actor. How do you define you're not a good actor? Or some people, many of you must think, I am not good at acting. I don't know how to act. You know how to act. I'll tell you how. When you go home and you did not finish your tiffin and your friends ate all your tiffin, but you're telling your mom, no, mom, I had my food. It was so delicious. I did not buy anything from the canteen. I ate what you cooked. That is acting. That is when you're acting in front of your mother and you're so good, you've convinced your mother for it. So you are a good actor. Everybody has acting inside them, right? We just don't explore it so much. And when we explore it, we end up honing that particular skill really well. So that's what we do in theater classes. So when you lie to your teacher, I'm not saying that lying is a good thing. Please don't mean it doesn't mean that ki, yeah, kal se, from tomorrow we'll start.
It can also backfire because the mother will cook that food again and again because you liked it, and then you have to go to the canteen. So yes, lying can backfire.
Yeah, so not encouraging that, but just trying to explain to you every time we convince somebody of something that might not be that true or that might not be what we certainly believe in, we are acting. We are expressing ourselves, right? Every time we're telling a friend a story, every time we've come back home, we're talking to our parents that, this happened in school today, that guy came and then this other guy came and they were shouting at each other and then this person punched this person. That is also acting. So you're doing it in your everyday life. You just don't recognize it. You're doing it very unconsciously. You might just not be very good at certain aspects of it, but you know it. And those certain aspects are enhanced when you do a theater class or when you do activities like this. So for example, from this one small activity, if you do it regularly, what will you be able to enhance? You'll be able to enhance your awareness, being aware of the silence, being aware of, okay, now somebody will speak, so I should not speak, or being aware that, okay, itna the amount of time that has passed, nobody else is going to speak, so now I should take the initiative. That is something that you can learn even from that one activity, 1 minute activity. So similar, there are a lot of theater activities that teach you so many things. So there's one more activity that we're going to quickly do, and we'll see what we're going to learn from that. Okay. So like I said, in theater, there's nothing right or wrong. There's no judgment. It's not like a science paper ki you're going to get 25 out of 30 or you're going to get 10 out of 30. No, there are no marks. There's no judgment. It is you. Whatever you feel like acting, you feel like expressing, that is what you can do, and that is good enough. There's nothing wrong or right at all ever in acting. Okay, somebody does a sad scene can be done while laughing also, and a sad scene can be done while crying also. There's no right way to do it. Okay, so with that in mind, we're going to do a small activity. We're going to tell a story. Okay, how are we going to tell a story? There's a rule here.
Before you explain this, I'll take
Yes.
just 1 minute
Sure.
because everyone is like this. So we'll do one thing. Everyone switch off your mic and switch on your camera. Come on, fast. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch on your camera. Again, last countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So we will do one thing. Everyone knows how to laugh and everyone knows how to cry. So we'll do from laughing to crying and crying to laughing. We will travel. Okay. How we'll do? I'm going to show you. See this. We'll do. I'm just normal. And now so we will do this 3 times. Fast. Everyone. From laugh to cry, cry to laugh. We'll travel. Start. Not smiling, laughing. There's a difference between laugh and smile. Yes. The best joke, remember your best joke. Best movie, best comedy scene. Laugh and sad. So now we'll participate in this workshop, whether laughing or crying, but not being so serious. Okay? So now we'll move to this storytelling session. Yes, Nidhi ma'am. I think there is some network issue with Nidhi. Yeah.
Yes, I was having a network problem. I'm back. Is it fine now?
Yes. So no serious faces we want to see. Everyone is serious in this pandemic, so we don't want to see any serious faces. Okay. Nidhi, your mic is off.
Yeah, okay. So, right, everybody feeling energized? Everyone's had that laugh, more or less? Want to laugh some more or no? Feeling energized enough? Can I get a thumbs up from everyone, whoever is feeling energized and fine, like a thumbs up? You can show me a thumbs up. You can give me a thumbs up on your screen. Yes, that's right. Thank you, I'm Swati. Thank you, Harsha. Thank you, Anjana. I'm so glad you're energized. Okay. Thank you, Shrikar. Great. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tell a story. Okay. Now, how are we going to tell the story? Like I said, there's a rule to it. So this story will work only in terms of fortunately and unfortunately. So for example, if I begin the story saying that fortunately it was a really sunny day and it looked beautiful outside, but unfortunately I had lots of homework to do and I couldn't go out and play. Right, so that's how my story began. So there was unfortunately and then there was an unfortunately, and then from the unfortunately again we have to switch to the fortunately. So then unfortunately I had a lot of homework to do and I couldn't go outside and play, but fortunately my mom cooked a really delicious meal for me with mango smoothie and I really loved staying at home with that. Okay, so that's my story. That's how I began and I ended with fortunately, unfortunately, fortunately. Now, because it will be difficult to think of an entire story at such a large scale, I'll make the task very easy for you. You have to narrate a story that you already know. Okay, and what is that story? It's the Ramayana. We all know the Ramayana? Yes, anyone out here who doesn't know the Ramayana? Then you will get to know today.
Yes.
Okay, great. So we all know the Ramayana. Now what we're going to do is everybody is going to say one line, right? So everybody will either say fortunately or unfortunately. I'll let you know the sequence, that what is the sequence of doing that. Okay, so you have to begin the story and you have to get me to the end of the story. So if we are, how many people were here? Okay, not everybody's cameras are on, so I'm not sure if they will be able to participate, but I will be giving the sequence of the people who I can see on my screen and who I know are active and are participating. Okay, so we will begin from example with Shrikar, then we will go to Varshni, then we'll go to M. Swati. I'm just giving out these names. I'll tell you the entire sequence once I explain the activity to you. So for example, Shrikar begins with the first of the story that fortunately so and so happened. Okay, now he can start the story wherever he wants. He wants to start at Ramji's birth. He wants to start at when he went to take his education. He wants to start at where Ramji got married to Sita, right? That is his choice. But whoever is last has to end the story, and they can also end the story because Ramayana, the beauty about Ramayana is it has so many parts. You can end at the death of Ravan, you can end at Sita coming back, you can end at Sita going back, you can end at Sita giving birth, right? So that is your choice, but we have to end the story, and we're only going to talk in terms of fortunately and unfortunately, right? Is that clear so far? Any doubts? If anybody has any doubts, you can ask me in the chat box, okay, about this activity. Okay, great. So it's clear. So I'll just tell the sequence. You just have to remember the person before you. If you know you'll remember the person before you, you'll know when it is your turn to talk and you'll be able to add to it. Okay, so we'll begin with Shrikar, then we'll go to Varshni, then we'll have M. Swati, then there is another Varshni. So there is a Shri Varshni and then there's a Varshni, right? Okay, so then there is Anjana. Anjana, remember you have to talk after Varshni. Then we have K. Srivalli. So K. Srivalli, you have to talk after Anjana. Then we have B. Iya Vanya. Sorry if I get anybody's names wrong. Okay, I'm really sorry about that. Please forgive me. Then we have Pushpavali ma'am. Then we have Shri Vidya. Then we have Harsha. Then we have Sindhuja. Then we have Visali. Then we have Teja. Then we have Sameta. Then we have Lahari. Then we have Sonia. And we have Jyotsna. Okay, I think we'll keep it till here. Right? We'll
That's
keep
enough.
it till here. So Jyotsna, you have to end the story, and Shrikar, you have to start the story. And all the people in between, you have to go in the sequence that I just told you. So Shrikar, you can begin. You can begin with fortunately or unfortunately. But whatever Shrikar begins with, the next person, if he begins with fortunately, the next person has to say unfortunately. And then the next person has to say fortunately, and then the next unfortunately. Okay, clear? Right. Let's
Okay, ma'am.
begin to have some fun. Yeah. Go ahead, Shrikar.
Ramayana was written by Valmiki. Rama has three brothers, Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna.
Okay, no. Sorry, Shrikar. So sorry to interrupt you. That's not what all you have to do is, so you can say that fortunately Ramji was born to this particular kingdom. Okay, so that is, say, for example, the start of your story. That's just one line. You just have to say one line that begins, you have to begin your statement with fortunately. That fortunately this happened, like you're narrating the story. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Right? Okay, go ahead.
Rama was born. Sorry, ma'am. He is
That's
a son.
okay. Yeah.
He is the son of Dasaratha. He has three brothers.
Okay, so for example, Shrikar, you said that fortunately Rama was the son of Sri Dasharatha and had three brothers. Okay, so you can begin like this. So you began with fortunately this happened. Okay,
Yes,
so then we'll move to the next, which is Sri Vashni, and you can continue the story from here. Now you have to go in the sequence of the story and tell me like that, but you have to add unfortunately before your statement. Vashni, are you here? Okay, Sri Vashni is on my screen, but I don't think she's replying. So I think we'll move to Swati. Swati, you have to continue the story from there. You're on mute, Swati. Just unmute yourself. Yeah.
But unfortunately, is what I have to say. I'm thinking.
Take your time. Think. Take a few seconds and tell me what happened that was unfortunate in the Ramayana after this.
Nidhi, if it is getting difficult, we can play with a random story also.
Okay. Does
If
everyone?
you think.
Yeah. I think unfortunately, Kaikai was jealous of Ramayana. Could that be something? Yeah.
Yes. She was jealous by seeing Rama, and she told to send him out.
Okay, great. So that was unfortunately. Okay. Moving over to Vashini. So next. Vashni, whose camera is on, who I can see. Can you unmute yourself? Yeah. So what happened then next in the Ramayana that was fortunate? Quickly, you'll be able to come up with something. Swati, can you just mute yourself meanwhile?
Okay.
Yeah, Vashni, tell me.
Rama said that I don't want you.
What was fortunate after that? After this unfortunate incident of Rama being asked to go, right, for an exile, what was fortunate after that?
Just to make it clear, fortunate ante telugulo mana language lo lucky ani. అన్ఫార్చునేట్ అంటే అనుకోకుండా లేకపోతే అనుకోని విధంగా జరిగింది అని. సో ఇప్పుడు సెంటెన్స్ దేంతో ఫార్మ్ చేయాలంటే లక్కీ, ఏది అదృష్టంగా ఏం జరిగింది.
Thank you so much, Santosh, sir, for that. I hope it's clear.
There is a message. Please show demo. Okay.
Okay.
So we can do this, Nidhi, Imran. So fortunately, we are taking a workshop in Sri Balaji Vidyalaya.
Unfortunately, it's happening online because the pandemic is there outside and we can't interact the way we used to before.
Fortunately, we are all participating.
Fortunately,
Okay.
this is happening. Fortunately,
Great.
this is happening. So we are taking an interstate workshop while being in Delhi.
And also Sheikh really very well Fawzia, sorry, okay, Sheikh Fawzia Begum contributed to this by saying that fortunately we are being able to participate. Great, that's good.
And unfortunately, and everyone's camera is off.
But fortunately, some of the students are really enthusiastic and are taking part, and that's giving us also a lot of energy. So is that clear? Is that clear what we just did?
Yes.
Right? Okay. So I think let's do this. If this is becoming too difficult, let's let the Ramayana be. I thought the Ramayana would become easy, but it's not working like that. So let's keep it random. So you have to start anything. Like we started a conversation that fortunately we're having this workshop and unfortunately it's COVID. That's what we did. Let's do that. So Shrikar, you can begin again. You can start with anything, any statement where luckily I am doing this, and then the other person can go unluckily, meaning that fortunately and unfortunately. Right? Is it clear now? Everybody's got an example also. Okay, Shrikar, can we begin? You can start anything, any story, and then the other person has to continue that story only. Don't start your own story. Continue that story only. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be true. It can just be a story. Go on, Shrikar.
It can be.
It, madam, it can be theater arts.
ఇక్కడ ఏ స్టోరీ అయినా పర్లేదు, నువ్వు స్టోరీ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే అది కంటిన్యూ మిగతా వాళ్ళు చేస్తారు.
Okay, I think it's becoming a bit difficult. It's becoming a bit of a challenge. Yeah, because of the language also. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. Again, no judgment, nothing wrong or right, no evaluation, nothing happening. It's fine. So we got a taste of it. The point of this is like if this story would have gone, like, you know, if we would have done it, the point of it is that the same story has a lot of positive and negative aspects. It can be an epic story, it can be your life story, it can be somebody else's life story. There are always fortunate and unfortunate events. Nothing is completely good or completely bad, right? So if a situation is really bad, we can still find something fortunate out of it, no? So if school is closed, we're not being able to go to school, but fortunately we're getting an opportunity to get trained by people who are from Delhi, which otherwise maybe our school wouldn't have been able to do. We wouldn't have been able to so easily get people from Delhi to come to Andhra Pradesh and talk to us. But right now it's so easy, right? It's we can just click on your phone or click on your computer screen and you have it, right? Just like that. So theater also helps you gain a lot of perspective in life. Theater is not just, again and again, theater is not just about going to Bombay and struggling and getting a big hit and a movie and then becoming a star. Theater is about learning all these things also. That there are so many perspectives to the same thing. I can see the same thing in a very different way also. The same object can change its meaning for me. Till now, if these were just earphones, right? If these were just earphones for me, if I'm a person who is creative and who is engaged in theater, I can look at these things very differently. They can become something of an art piece for me, right? Where I can maybe put paint on this wire and start painting with it and create a painting. I don't have a brush, I use my earphones, right? So the same objects we can think about so differently. All this is, everything is part of thinking differently and thinking creatively and being a part of theater. So on that note, I'll quickly hand over to Imran and we'll do one last activity. It shouldn't be so difficult. And we'll do that so that, you know, we can keep our spirits high. So Imran, over to you.
Yes, of course. So before continuing my thing, there are 2-3 messages in the chat box, which is fortunately, Sri Varshini said, fortunately my parents love me and take care. And Vijay Lakshmi said, fortunately we are in online, but unfortunately we are facing pandemic. That's right, Vijay Lakshmi. That's the thing we were looking forward to. Fortunately and unfortunately is a single coin which we are tossing again and again, and we are looking forward to it, right? So it's not very difficult and it's not so out of the box. Talking about out of the box, sometimes we think that out of the box is a very strange thing, right? We think of it as a very difficult thing, right? And is theater the only medium to do these things? What we are talking about is What do you think? Before the hammer was discovered, would not men would not couldn't men break the stone or anything? Was it possible before the hammer was discovered? Yes, it was. Before the axe was discovered, were people able to chop off a tree or break a tree? Was it possible? Was it right? Before the wheel, the invention of the the whole
Sterling.
yes, before the wheel was discovered, uh, could people transport from here to there, and could people uh, bring and take things from here to there? Right. So all these things. Teja, we will be stopping the game now. Everyone will be stopping the game now. So don't use your head, unfortunately or unfortunately, right now. We can do a quick fortunately, unfortunately towards the end or later when we meet each other again. Okay, so we will be looking forward to it. So why I'm telling you all this is theater doesn't what I'm telling you is this: when we talk of theater, theater acts as a tool. All these things are a tool. The wheel was used as a tool to transport. The axe was used as a tool to chop off wood. The hammer was used as a tool to break things, right? And the nail is used as a tool to hang on things. So when we talk of tool, it helps you enhancing things. It helps you enhancing yourself. For example, when we talk about creativity, theater helps you get creativity. Theater becomes the tool. Shall I disable the chat for everyone? Okay. Yeah. So fortunately we are taking this session, but unfortunately people are still continuing the unfortunately game. So yes, so when we are talking about tool, these theater, this drama, these all these things help us bring out our creative self. And when we talk about creative self, it's not only about your expressing your art, expressing your passion. It is expressing anything, expressing that maths problem which cannot be solved easily, right? For example, what comes into my mind is uh, the circuit. If you know about circuit, I guess you all are big enough. If you know about a circuit, a closed circuit in which there is wire, there is a battery, there is one switch, right? And there is a LED bulb. So whenever a circuit is complete, the electricity flows, and whenever the circuit is not complete, the electricity is not closed. Okay, the electricity is not produced. So keeping that principle in mind, when we draw a diagram of a circuit, so you see if any line is broken, the light is not lit, right? The light doesn't glow. But the creativity comes in when Nikola Tesla thought that how can we make it without the wires? How can we make it without the wires? So that is creativity. The creativity is when Edison, it's in Edison's mind that uh, I know there is darkness. I know we cannot study in dark, but creativity is the idea what came to his mind, that what about a thing which can lighten up the world, right? So it goes on from everything. Creativity helps you there. Have you can you ever think, do you ever think that uh, earlier there used to be the short phone, right? There was used to be 1G phones, and there used to be a small little screen which we used to play the snake game, and there were a lot of keypads over there. So who could have thought at that time that there will be one glass over thing which will have no buttons, but that can produce buttons whenever we like, and that can dissolve buttons whenever we like. We can have a screen according to our wish, right? So creativity is everything that you think out of the box. For example, let me show you a thing. This is a chair, a Neel Kamal plastic chair. Have you all seen it? Let me stop sharing it. So when we talk about a chair, what's a chair used for? We are sitting on a chair. That's what a chair used for. That's the first thought that came to our mind. But if we start exploring, if we start digging that what is a chair used for, then we can explore that what all things can a chair used for. A chair can be used for multiple things. For example, I can stand on a chair and I can put my books on a shelf. I can keep my clothes to dry on a chair. I can use a chair as a wicket in my when I play gully cricket, or I do use chair as my table and sit on the floor when I use my laptop, right? So a lot of things. I can use my chair to trolley out.
Play with musical chairs.
Yes, play with musical chairs.
Play
Yes.
with musical chairs.
So that's what creativity is all about. But why are we talking about creativity, and why are we talking about this is whenever the essence of theater in education, the essence of drama, and the essence of theater is when we explore theater as a tool. Not only we perform, not only we outgrow ourselves as an artist, as an actor, as a director, as a creative person, but we outgrow ourselves as a human. How do we outgrow ourselves as a human is when this Teja is sitting in a class, and a question, Miss Vaishali ask a question, or Miss any person, Miss Swati ask a question, and Teja has some things in her mind. She is saying that yes, as answer is, I guess, 2 pi r. The answer is 2 pi r, but she's very much confused. It's 2 pi r or pi r square, right? So that gives a clarity. And other situation can be, while this question is out, Shrikar is thinking, I am damn sure that it's 2 pi r, but I do not have the guts to stand up and speak and to tell it's 2 pi r. But because if it is pi r square, I will be a wrong person, people will laugh at me, right? Or any other question. So it is maths when it came to this thing. When we talk about the solar system, so there are planets revolving around the sun, right? That's the same as people revolving around people in Coco, right? There are some stationary object, there are some running people. So there are some stationary is the sun, the running people are the planets, right? It's called the satellites, right? So that's how. So when we inculcate drama, when we inculcate daily life things into something uh, very theoretical, that's when drama comes in, that's when theater comes in. For example, a movie I guess you would have seen is, you would have seen the movie, what was the name, Darshil Safari's movie Tare Zameen Par, right?
That is
There was one scene Darshil couldn't recognize, Darshil couldn't remember the planet's name. So one of his imagination, if you have seen that movie, one of his imagination, so the letters used to dance. They used to
Yes.
battle it out, and then 3 minus 2 is subtraction is done, and only one was left. Or there were planets who were fighting amongst each other, and it became a balloon. So it's all creativity which comes in handy and makes it little more interactive. And when we talking about this, drama and theater and all these things were being cultivated in your curriculum since long, since the time this modern education started. And last 10 years we are using a lot of technology in our thing. We are using a lot of pie graphs, we are using a lot of animations. So when we talk about ourselves, when we talk on the playground, when we play on the playground, or when we do activities on the playground, that's study related also. So that's when drama comes in, drama takes part, and it helps you enhance all the skills that Nidhi was talking about. The skill which will talk about the skills will talk about your personality, the skills will talk about your storytelling skills, the skills will talk about your communication skills, writing skills, or discipline skills. So a lot of skills that are enhanced when we are talking about drama or theater as a tool to education. It's never the same idea which a lot of parents, our parents, we went through the same thing. We went through the same thing. Our parents were very much against the idea of we doing theater, or we going to play out and play basketball. So if you go and play basketball, the school has given you extracurricular activities. It's not because they want you to become Michael Jordan. They will love to if you become like Michael Jordan, but it's not for everyone to become a basketball player, right? It's not for everyone to become a theater writer, director, actor. It's for you to become it's you to become to enhance your skills. If you go out and play basketball or football, you're running around, you're using your motory skills, right? So it is then you're using your skills, you're using your body, you're using all these things. So whenever a parent is in doubt that do you want to be an actor, if you want to go to a drama class or something, so that's not the answer. No, I do not want to be an actor, that's why I don't want to go to a drama class. I want to be a better performer in my class, that's why I want to do drama. I want to be a better orator, that's why I want to do drama. I want to be a better speaker, that's why I want to draw drama. Or rather, I want to be a good leader or good follower, or I want to be a good observer. That's why I need to do drama. So that's how drama is. It's inculcated in everything, in every bits and pieces of our daily life. But it is like giving. It is like giving a single thing, a single cake serving to you in one plate. It is not, I'm not giving you bits and pieces and giving you crumbles of cakes in every dish that's being served. I'm just giving you one plate full of cake, and we are just giving you one full plate of drama, which is enhancing everything in one go, and you do not even realize. That's the beauty of it. So that's how I will be ending it. So that's the beauty of it. You will be enjoying out of it, you will be playing out of it, and you do not know when and how you learned a lot of skills, right?
So Imran
Yeah.
sir, he summarized this session very in a very good manner, and I hope that it was a little introduction that what we do and what is theater in education and how we do theater. It's never about acting or anything like that. It's about enhancing your skills. So I think now we should take your questions. If you have any question, if you have any doubt or anything.
Yeah, just
Even the
just
question
one
that came
thing.
on the YouTube.
Yeah. So before, just one quick thing. So exactly, so like Prince sir and Imran sir said, today's workshop wasn't necessarily about teaching you to act or teaching you to write, because that's not something that you can learn in 1 hour, right? But understand a lot about theater and how all of you can be a part of theater. We encourage all of you to inculcate theater as an extracurricular activity in your life. Why? Because it will help you in no matter what field you go. If you want to pursue theater, of course it's going to help you. Of course you're going to work on your skills. But even if you want to become something else, you want to become the CEO of some company, even then theater will help you. We can assure you that. It's our experience, it's research as a psychologist that says that. It's our experience of working for 9 years in the field of theater that tells us that. So we can assure you of that. So with that in mind, with that as an ending note, I think if anybody has any questions, Imran, if you can enable the chat, we'll be taking up the first few questions in the chat, right? I think we have 10 minutes for that. And if Santosh sir, there are any questions on YouTube that you would like us to address, and yeah, go ahead.
So there are a few questions from our students via YouTube, and on a personal note, I have a few queries as well. So nowadays we have many small video platforms, as in TikTok, Emoji, ShareChat, and everything. And whosoever they frame themselves as an actor or a celebrity. So what do you think when you see all these developments in short video platforms, and how do you compare them with theater arts, and what do you feel the future of theater arts would be?
Yeah. So first thing, that the image of TikTok and this Instagram videos, that what our government or society or our parents or everyone has made, that it is a very negative thing. We have mostly seen this thing. But on the other side, if we talk about villages where there is no malls, no cinema halls, no airports, no big things, so there now the only tool which everyone is having, that is mobile phone and a camera. So if a person who wants to do something or who wants to feel himself or herself as a hero, that okay, I am something. So if that person is making a video on TikTok, and after that that person is feeling really confident, and there is a hope that okay, there is an artist inside me. So I think all these platforms are obviously very positive things and very good motivational things, but excessive use of anything can be dangerous. Excess of anything can be dangerous. So that's why now what is happening, uh, all those students or persons who is having talent inside or potential has limited himself or herself till that video only. Now they don't want to grow. They are feeling that, okay, I am something, without growing. So this is working in a two-way, and I think that mm, after few months or few years, people will get bored of this, because society is changing, technology is changing every day. So now I think this, Imran sir or Nidhi ma'am, if you guys think something different.
Yeah. So again, talking it from another perspective, like sir already said, that it's working in both ways. So one very important thing that is also happening, if you're not getting likes or if your video is not getting shared, that is also leading to you feeling that, okay, I'm not good enough. I don't know anything. Even if you are talented, just because your talent was not, and a lot of time it happens that a lot of videos that do not have a lot of content in them, and maybe just have some song and some weird dance in it, are getting shared more than some other person who has actually shown some talent of theirs over there. But then that's a comment on our society, that people are liking the masala more as compared to the real talent. And that has been there. It's not that the society has changed. The society was like that even before. The society would like a movie, like, I don't know, say Garam Masala more than a movie like Tare Zameen Par. Like, because it has a lot of other content, and this has a lot of other content. The whole concept of the movie called Dirty Picture, that entertainment, entertainment, entertainment. And then still there are people who have broken through that, like a movie like Three Idiots. We all, I don't know if all of you have seen that movie. Could everybody else just keep themselves on mute while we're talking? We'll take the questions in the chat. So if you want to ask any questions, ask in the chat. Okay. So the society is like that. It's about how we are exploring our own identity amongst these changes. Earlier, you were limited to yourself, your own friend circle, your own parents, your own relatives. Now, your expression is not just limited to that, it is beyond that. Imran sir, can you mute if you have the controls? Can you mute Vishali? I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So, so you're not just limited to that. So that also has its advantages now. Now you can tell the people all over the world what is there in you. So again, everything, like, it has its own advantages and its disadvantages. It's about what you take from it. If I am putting my video out there, I also need to make sure before doing that, okay, if I get too many likes, then also I'm not going to become too egoistical and become that, okay, I know everything now I'm going to become a preacher. And if I don't get likes, even then I'm not going to be like, okay, that means I shouldn't put myself out there. I'm doing something that is really rubbish, I don't know what to do, right? Because online interactions give people anonymity. Some person sitting in some random state in their house has the right to comment on your video, and you can't do anything about it. So you have to, even if you're putting yourself out there on these social media platforms, you have to be very, very careful about it. Be sure of why you're going on there. Are you going there only for some external validation that you're seeking? If that is why you're going, then it's wrong. It's only going to hurt you, right? It's not going to help you in any way. If you're going to express yourself, then yes, these are good platforms. Cry, people can, people are alone these days. There are a lot of good videos, if you look at it, especially on Twitter or even with Instagram, on hashtags, the real me. There are the hashtag real me. There are pictures of people crying, people expressing when they've had a heartbreak, when they've maybe failed in an exam. And there are people who they're not beautiful, they've not put makeup on, they're all bewildered. People have put pictures of that. So that's such a good way, to kind of enhance just being yourself. That if you want to present yourself somewhere, you don't necessarily need to have makeup. You don't necessarily have to be prim and proper. Sometimes if we're broken, and we can share our being broken with the world as well. So those are also advantages of these social media platforms. So I think with that, I hope we've answered the question.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We have a question from 7th class student. I'm interested in acting. Is there any qualification needed for it?
No, there is no qualification, but there is a need of skill. And to learn, to improve that skill, you have to get training or you have to do work. So that is very important, that because what is good acting or what is bad acting? Why you consider some actor as a good actor or someone as a bad actor? Irfan was a good actor or Salman is not a good actor, because of that detailing in the work. So when you do practice, when you do theater or when you do acting workshops, so there you learn things, there you learn techniques. So qualification is nothing as such thing, but and no one will ask, if even you want to work in Bombay or in any play, no one will ask for any certificate. They will ask you to read a line or to perform. So that is your qualification, performance. So you have to improve your skill. That is the only requirement. Work upon your skill.
And to work upon your skill, I think, sir, you can also guide that there are a lot of courses also. The reason and the need for the course was so that there is one place where I can be able to focus just on this one particular thing and work on that skill. So there are a lot of diploma courses in acting. There are a lot of full-term 3-year courses or 2-year courses. Like I'm sure we all are aware of the National School of Drama. So that's the one that most of us know, that get into National School of Drama, take 3 years of training and everything. But that's just not it. There are a lot of other universities: Hyderabad University, Mumbai University, Jamia Millia Islamia University.
University, Punjab, approx 30 universities all over India, and they are teaching acting, they are teaching theater. Just like if you want to learn painting, you get admission in a fine arts course, just like that. So
you don't need a certificate to paint. You can create a painting, and if it's beautiful, you can showcase it at a gallery and it will get sold for, I don't know, whatever amount that it does. So you don't need a degree for that. But if you would have learned the strokes, if you would have learned what colors to combine with each other, what palette works best, what texture works best, right? That is what you learn at an institute. So that's the same. It's something similar with theater, that you don't need the degree, but it's always good to have a few years of training, and there are various ways in which you can take that training.
We have a couple of questions in our chat box as well.
yeah, how to get casting directors to notice you? Okay, so that is really very simple. You have to make a list of all the casting agencies. So casting directors are having their own agencies, the company. So they invite applications. So there you send your pictures and your profile and everything about you. And once there is a character requirement, so they will go through these on these pictures, and if you are fit in any type of character, they will contact you. So it's like that. It's not like that. Don't believe in this type of statement that I am making a video or someday some director will see me and cast me in a movie. Nothing happens like that. So don't believe in this. So if you want to work, so you make your video, your audition video, your profile photo shoot, and then send it to any casting agency. And once they will require, they will call you. So it goes like this. It works like this. Did acting need beauty? Am I beautiful? No. But I do acting. I am acting since 2011. So, or there are lots of actors who are not beautiful or not smart, but they are good in their work. So it's again skill. What is your skill? Beauty is temporary. We all know that beauty is temporary. After 40, people, what about beauty? Then no one will see. But till 20 to 30, when we are at our peak age, we look good. So at that time, only beauty works. So beauty is not important for acting. Only skill, how you talk, how you think, how hardworking you are, all these things matter.
So I would like to also take that question up with an example. If you compare Amitabh Bachchan and Dharmendra ji, when Amitabh Bachchan did enter the industry, it was all the rage about Dharmendra because he was a more muscular and a more macho kind of a man. So the belief was that, he is the main hero. But if you look at it in the long term, who has really prevailed in the industry? Amitabh ji, because he worked on his skill. He showed that he's doing really good work. Similarly, if we talk about the king of Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan, if you look at the initial pictures of Shah Rukh Khan, the initial series, if you see him in Fauji, if you see him in Divana, which were his first like initial work, he's not very good looking. I mean, again, beauty is very subjective, I feel. But yes, if we talk about in terms of the 5 formula that, you know, everything, naak itni honi chahiye, aankhein itni honi chahiye, gaal itne hone chahiye, Shah Rukh Khan did not meet any of those criteria, or a lot of the heroines as well. Even if you look at Kajol for that matter, she was really pointed out for being so dark skinned, like she is very, very dark, right? But did that ever hinder her success? Because she acted so well, because she worked so well. She had very frizzy hair initially when she came into the industry. And if you see again her initial movies, she will not be very appealing to you in terms of the physical attractiveness, if we say it like that. But you love her in the movie and you love watching her movie in spite of that. So physical appearance is, again, it can grow, it can become bad. As you age, you get wrinkles. As you get a lot of beauty products, you can also put up a lot of things on your face and make yourself beautiful. But then again, that will also not guarantee you working very well, right? So beauty is just something that's in your mind. It's not something that's going to hinder you from success in any way.
Next question we have, which type of emotion people mostly like? So because of this struggling, we are a part of a developing country where everyone is having different type of struggles for money, for education, for food, for clothes, for looks, for anything. So that's why people wants to laugh. People wants to see comedy, because at that time we will just forget our all these tensions. So that's why comedy movies or comedy serials or comedy series or videos, anything, people are liking those videos most, because everywhere we are seeing tension. So, and we are seeing tension for the whole week. Monday to Saturday we are going school and we are working, we are studying, and we are very tense about exam. On Sunday we are seeing a movie, and that movie is giving me tension because that movie is very serious, or any social issue. So that's why people want to see some light things, light movies. That's why Hera Pheri and all these movies are so famous, because people love to see comedy. So I think comedy is very good. And next,
nowadays all are commercial, and for all recommendations, how can we cross them all for acting or singing, etc.? How to become famous? Okay.
So I think
so it normally means if you doesn't have a proper background, so how can you become famous or a good actor?
So that, if we talk about any field, let's suppose someone's dad is a businessman, but that the person wants to do a job in bank. So there also he does not have any background. Or talk about any field. So if there is no background, you have to work hard. That's very simple. If there is a background, or your parents or your any known person is there, so that person can provide you a platform, or that person can make your struggle a little less, but you have to struggle. Struggling is there, and if there is no background, you have to work hard. That's the only thing. So no background, hard work increases. There is a background, let's suppose, but they will reduce your little bit of struggle. So, but you have to work hard. That's for sure.
So again, if you're doubtful about these things, you can also go online and watch a lot of interviews. There are a lot of actors who are completely self-made actors, writers, singers for that matter, right? So it's about just keeping on trying and enhancing your talent and being able to put it out there from time to time, and not really giving up. If this is something that you really, really, really want to do, and you're sure that I want to go into this field only, then work on your skill and keep putting your work out there, right? Find some or the other way to keep working in the particular field. Trust me, if you're good, you will get noticed and you will get called upon, right? And then again, after you get that chance also, a lot of people get that first break, based on maybe nepotism or because their parents. I mean, we can look at Abhishek Bachchan as a very big example of this, like, son of Amitabh Bachchan. But for a lot of years, he has not been doing any movies until now that he's come on the OTT platforms, on Netflix, on Prime, and everything. But because he was not so good, because what he was doing, the talent that he was putting out there, people were not really liking. So he couldn't sustain himself. So just having an important father or an important mother in the industry is not enough. Similarly, if you do not have a background, you can still make your way. You just have to work on your talent and being able to constantly try and survive in that industry.
We'll take up one last question.
Yeah. Why there is so much difference between Hollywood and Bollywood in storytelling? Okay, so that's, art is always influenced and affected by culture. First, culture, environment, climate, everything is influencing art. If we see a Russian play or a Russian movie, so there people are wearing overcoat and all these things because that is a cold country. And if we talk about Asian country, India or something like that, so our heroes are wearing t-shirts. They cannot wear a jacket all the time because in India, you guys are from Andhra Pradesh. I think there's very few days of cold weather, something like that.
Winter, very, very few days of winter, yeah.
So weather, environment, culture, and the taste of people. It's very important because our country, the directors from our country also tried making movies like Hollywood, but they got failed because our style is not that. Now, what is happening around you? We love to watch that. That is important. That's why people are watching TV serials. Na? Everyone is saying that TV serials are bad, but people are watching because we can relate to that thing. So connectivity is there in all those. So that's why the people from Hollywood, so their audience likes those type of movies. Nowadays, we have started watching those films, and that's why we are thinking that, oh, why Bollywood is not making films like that? Or we watched Bahubali that released in Hindi, so everyone watched all over India, and we are saying, oh, okay, Bahubali is great. Bollywood is not making movies like that. So this is about the culture, and it changes. It changes time to time because new things are introducing every day. Every day something new is part of our life. So it changes, and it's because of culture only.
On a personal note, I have a question. So when you thought of having a career in theater arts, so what is the step you have taken and what is your family reaction, or what are the struggles you have faced? Because that will be very useful for the people who are interested in this field.
What, Nidhi, you want to go?
Yeah, okay, I'll begin with this. So, again, so my father is a theater enthusiast. He's a theater buff. He was a theater artist back in college, and he used to write plays and he used to direct plays. In spite of that, when I wanted to do theater in college, I had to face a lot of problems because fortunately, coming from a relatively modern family, still being a girl in Delhi, I was expected to come back home by 8:30 or 9. I could not stay later than that because it's not safe, it's not right, you have to learn, and all of these pressures, there are a lot of unsaid norms that are always there. So yes, it was very difficult for me. When I was in college, I really wanted to go to National School of Drama and watch a lot of plays. They have a lot of good festivals like Bharangam, and plays from all over India come, even some plays from abroad come and they perform, and it's a great exposure to get, and I loved watching those plays, but I couldn't because timing issues, and you have to study, and I was pursuing psychology, of course, because that was my main field, and so giving a lot of entrance exams for that, and to padhai kaise hogi, sorry, how will you study if you're doing theater and you're investing so much of your time in this? I was a part of the street theater society in my college in Delhi University, and that's how I got connected to theater again. I always kept doing a lot of theater in school also. I was good at writing, I was good at poetry, and I'd done a lot of Shakespeare plays also before in school. But then in college, I got into street theater, and that's a complete different, like it's a different ball game altogether, you know. There's a lot of other things that you explore when you're doing that. So we used to practice in the sun, like, you know, getting sweaty, not being able to wash our hair for like 2-3 days because the schedule was so tight. You have to study, you have to do theater, you have to go for rehearsals, and that was taking a toll on my body. So family was again that, you know, you're investing so much in theater, why are you doing this? Your skin is going dark, you will look so bad, who will marry you? And like questions like that relatives would talk about all the time. And I would go like, I just want to do theater, like that's what gives me happiness. That's when I am feeling most connected to my own self, and I will make something out of it. Like, you know, just let me do it. I will make something out of it. I promise you I will be successful even if I'm doing theater. So that is the attitude that I kind of held on to, and that is what gave me the strength to go through all of those things, go through a lot of anger from my relatives and parents and even friends. Like even friends were like, you know, what are you wasting your life in? There was times when there was a lot of doubt, and I was also that, should I go ahead with this? Should I just stick to psychology? Should I just stick to my books? Should I just keep doing this? But then the fact that I was studying psychology, you know, I understood that no, just sticking to the books is not enough, and theater is going to help me in some or the other way in my life. And lo and behold, it has. You know, we went on to create a theater society. Again, like we said, we created it because people were not getting a chance, people were not getting that scope, the right timing, the right discipline to be able to work in theater and get onto stage and, you know, get work. People were not getting that guidance also. So that is why we formed the theater society ultimately, and we found a way to still continue doing theater. I'm a psychologist. I inculcate therapy and theater. So, like I said, I do a lot of psychodrama. So, when I have a lot of clients, a lot of people who are going through any kind of mental trauma or trouble, I use theater as a tool to help them in therapy. So, you know, now I tell my parents, you was going to stop me from doing theater, but see, it's working so well in my field. I've made something out of it. I go to schools, I'm doing workshops. So, I might not be in Bombay. I might not have become an actor because that's not something that I wanted to do, but I still loved theater. I was really passionate about theater, and I did not want to leave that just because I didn't want to become an actor. Because everybody would ask me, theater क्यों कर रहे हो? Actor बनना है, writer बनोगे, Bombay जाओ, will you go to Bombay? Will you struggle? Will you become an actor? That's what people would come up to me with, and that's not something that I wanted to do. I wanted to become a psychologist. I wanted to work with children. I wanted to work with schools. So I inculcated theater in that. I found a way to make theater a part of my different profession as well. So that was kind of the struggle. Not a lot of struggle, but yes, it had its ups and downs.
That's very inspiring.
Okay. Prince, would you like to answer that question quickly also, and then maybe we can conclude, or how?
Yeah.
Santosh ji, tell us. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, obviously, the important thing is that parents and society thinks that if you are doing theater, the only future is to be in the Bollywood. The only future is that. But no, there are lots of different aspects and different area where you can work, and there are lots of scope. Like, see, we are working here. In 2016, in 2015, when I first worked with Millennium School Amritsar, and there I realized that, okay, I would love to do theater with children. So I am into children theater. So there I realized, okay, this is giving me happiness. So I convinced my parents, and then I took admission in post-graduation in doing theater only and acting only. And there I learned things, and I started learning things. So because now I know lots of things, so I have a scope to work in lots of areas. So it goes like now, once my parents realize that, okay, he will do something, I earn that trust. He will do something in this field only, but he will do something. He will not be a kid who is sitting at home only and not getting employment or not earning anything. So once that conception of my parents ended, so that was safe for me. First, my parents all thought that, okay, he will work in serial and all, but that was not my plan. So it's like that only.
It's always good to get parent support when you're doing something out of the park. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's a really good interactive session. So recently we started conducting these workshops, and students are just adopting how to use these and how to interact in these workshops. So it will be new experience, and it will be we'll be waiting for you to have you in directly in our school when everything gets normal. So I guess we got a last question. We'll answer it later. We'll just send you all the queries together in an
Definitely,
email. We
definitely.
have many other people in WhatsApp live chat who are asking for Zoom link. They want to join, but they couldn't. So yeah, we'll consolidate all the questions and we'll send you if possible.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Sure,
thank you
sure.
for the session. It is very interactive and very informative. There's a very lot of insights about what theater arts and what are the struggles and how they need to set their goal properly. Thank you, team. Thank you, Ms.
Thank you.
Nidhi, and thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Santosh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and all the best, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
sir.
Okay, great session, guys. Thank you for your energy and keep it up and have lots of fun. And we hope to see you in the field of theater, at least some of you, very soon.